Tonight, a community is reacting to a mass shooting that claimed the life of a woman in East Baltimore.
Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell live for us from the scene on Bel Air Road with more on the investigation. Alexa.
Hi, Mary. Baltimore police have identified the woman killed in this mass shooting as 54-year-old Erica Sterling. 4 men were also shot but survived. I want to show you the aftermath, the sheer number of bullet holes in this carryout storefront.
Whoa. Welcome to the video, everyone. This is Justin Paul. We're covering a story here that happened in East Baltimore, where a woman was killed and 4 others were shot. 2, I think, was taken by medical transportation. The other 2 showed up to, a local area hospital with non-threatening bullet wounds. But yeah, do y'all see the size of those bullets that hit that wow. Like, and this is at a local carryout. I know Baltimore is like a very, very dangerous city, from everything from drugs to the violence. It's a very dangerous place. And then there's certain parts that you hear about that are just going to be beautiful. They're going to have like nice scenery and seafood and things like that. But man, this is just crazy.
We counted at least 35, and so far, no arrests.
Eastern District, 11 rounds.
Just before 11 Monday night.
Citywide Shepherd Sachs spotted for 3408 Bel Air Road, 20 rounds.
Gunfire detection software picking up more than 30 rounds, alerting officers, some who already heard the gunshots, to Bel Air Road and Mayfield Avenue in East Baltimore. At the scene, police say 3 victims and a large crime scene.
3 victims. We had one at 3403 Bel Air Road, another victim at Bel Air Urban, another victim at Bel Air in Mayfield.
According to the department, 2 males, ages 24 and 20, were found with non-life-threatening injuries, while a 54-year-old woman was found unresponsive near this carry-out restaurant, New York Chicken, Fish, and Grill.
Is this going to be a 2100 case with the female?
It's possible.
It's looking like it.
The woman, police say, was pronounced dead at the scene. A short time later, investigators added 2 more victims. A 25-year-old man and a 31-year-old man walked into an area hospital with non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. BPD now dealing with 5 victims.
Sounds like the lady that was killed, she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's kind of what it sounds like. Very, very unfortunate. So, my condolences to her family. I haven't done too many. I think this might be the first videos as far as Baltimore is concerned. Again, Baltimore has always had this reputation of very violent, a lot of drugs and stuff like that. Again, I know some good parts, some beautiful parts, but I've watched all type of content on Baltimore, and young people just getting addicted to drugs and living out on the street, or having to sell their bodies in order to be able to afford the drugs that they like to use and stuff like that. Of course, some of us who are familiar with watching The Wire, and it's one of my favorite series, TV shows that I've ever watched, because it's very insightful. And that came out like in the 90s and or early 2000s, so very, very insightful. But you gotta think it's more than likely 10 times worse than it was when they were shooting that series and showing how everyone was getting down in Baltimore around in that time. And yeah, it sounds like she was just wrong place, wrong time in this whole situation.
The daylight revealing the aftermath. At least 30 bullet holes in this carryout restaurant. Forensic investigators on scene. The bullets piercing through the business and lodging into the counter. The carryout open at the time.
It's a shame, yeah. I'm glad I wasn't here. 'Cause like I said, I stop past it all the time.
I started hearing helicopters, police cars, sirens.
Enzo Barbaras said he heard police responding to the mass shooting. While a motive has not yet been released, Barbaras says he believes there's a drug problem in this area.
There's a lot of drug activity around here. It's definitely unseen violence that we had here. Usually is 1, 2, 3 shots, handgun, and now it's you can see automatic weapons, assault-style weapons used.
We questioned BPD about a motive and any suspects. The community in shock by the amount of gunfire.
I hope the city's going to do better. We need to support our law enforcement, give more resources to them.
Yeah, so if you have like a place like Baltimore, to where they're saying there's a drug problem, and I don't think it's a secret. I think that's been something that's been going on for quite some time. Of course, violence is going to follow with that, and any and everybody that's in the way of those bullets is going to get pierced. And they went from handguns primarily to assault rifles now, and it's definitely man, you just don't have a care in the world really if you going out shooting up the carry out with assault style rifles. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's gonna be interesting to see if they ever get a suspect in this whole situation. I doubt it. That's sad to say, but I doubt it. I think Baltimore doesn't really have the police resources in order to really solve stuff like this. As far as like budget wise and things like that, again, I have to do a little bit more research, but from what I do know, they may have not the best budget as far as being able to have the resources to like figure this out. And of course they wouldn't have a motive. They don't have a suspect. How would they have a motive? You never know who they were shooting at or who was doing what. And even the people who were shot that they have account for, they interviewed them. They're gonna play, if they were involved, they were gonna play like they're civilians. So it's sad to say, man, when you have like a large area like Baltimore. And a lot of us know Baltimore from the Ravens and things like that. Like I said, The Wire. But other than that, it's just like, Baltimore is a place where you're not really looking to just go to Baltimore. I'm gonna put it like that. It's kind of probably best that you don't just be willy-nilly out and about in Baltimore, because you never know when these type of things can happen. Just imagine you just going to pick up some carry out or just going to get a bite, and end up being there at the wrong time, and things like this happen, and it changes your whole future or just ends you altogether. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out. We'll see if there's any more updates that comes out of this whole situation. And we'll see if people in Baltimore will assist the authorities in trying to figure out what happened in this whole situation. Because I really think that they need all the resources they can get to investigate these type of situations. Again, if you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is Justin Paul. Peace.